Hello guys, welcome to this new video. This is episode 2 of the apartment series. The first episode was Pearl's apartment, and well, admire my new costume. I'm Walter White, and we are in Halloween now, and I also made these new Breaking Bad shirts. Remember, you can get them in my Roblox group. The link is going to be in the description. And this episode, I chose South Park because it's an iconic show and one of my favorite series, to be honest. And well, first of all, I want to say that if you're under 16 or 14, some episodes may not be appropriate for your age. So if you want to watch it, keep this in mind, please. Okay, now I'm going to give you the apartment tour. My main reference to build this was South Park in its early seasons, and this apartment was a challenge for me because South Park is pretty minimalist, and I love adding lots of details to my builds. And thinking more about it, the old South Park style was very simple. It had bright and eye-catching colors, the backgrounds were a bit empty, and those colors aren't really my style, so it was a bit hard to work with them, but at the end, I think I like how it turned out. Experimenting with them helped me to use more colors and see them from a different perspective. I choose the old South Park because I remember watching fragments on MTV when I was a child. Back then, I didn't understand much and wasn't really interested. Now that I'm more older, I decided to watch the series from the beginning to see why it's so famous. And now I get it. It's really funny and use dark humor in some episodes. So if you don't like that, this show might not be for you. But South Park is more than just dark humor. It's a satire that criticizes how people often act irrationally or selfishly while still keeping it funny. I also think South Park has a unique aesthetic that has stayed consistent over time, giving it a distinctive essence. Even though the newer seasons have more details,
It still feels like South Park.
unlike other series that lose their essence over the time, and the animation style is also iconic. It's funny because it looks poorly drawn, but I think that's the point, and that's another reason why South Park is so unique. While editing this video, I found that the characters look like paper cutouts because the first episode was made using stop motion techniques with actual paper figures, which gave it that unique look. Over time, they switched to using computers, but they always keep that handmade style that make it look badly drawn on purpose. What is funny is that even though it looks simple, it actually gives the show a more old vibe. And another thing is that this series was created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone in 1997. Originally, it was an independent project that parodied Christmas called The Spirit of Christmas. The short film went viral, well, viral, for the moment, and it caught the attention of Comedy Central, which offered them the opportunity to produce a full series. Over years, South Park has gone from being a simple animated comedy with crude humor to becoming a cultural reference that knows how to stay relevant. The early episodes feel a bit dry, with a simple jokes and pretty basic humor, but as the season progresses, the satire becomes deeper and more meaningful. They start tackling current events like presidential elections, social media, and celebrity scandals, presenting them in a way that make you laugh while also make you think. As you can see here, I already had the foundation of what was going to be the living room and kitchen. This part came together quickly since I had an idea of what I want, but I won't lie, I did look for inspiration to help it look like a house from South Park. Okay, here I was building when suddenly I got a notification that somebody has donated money to me. So I went to check if there was anyone outside my plot, and I found this user who was acting a bit strange. And honestly, it made me laugh. Plus, he just left as if nothing happened. It was really creepy, to be honest, especially because of his skin and his name.
Screamer.
Many people criticize South Park because they think it's just a crude show, but I believe they don't really understand its humor. The humor in South Park works because it's brutally honest. It doesn't try to be politically correct, and that lack of filters make it refreshing, even if it's uncomfortable for many. But that's exactly where it magic lies. They make you laugh at something you shouldn't, and when you least expect it, you realize there's a very clear message underneath. Talking about the design of the apartment's rooms, I was thinking about it what colors to use, so I opened Pinterest and found an image with all the characters. I decided to use their colors for inspiration. For the bigger room, I picked colors inspired by Tolkien, especially purple. And in the second room, I want to capture the main characters, Cartman, Kyle, Kenny, and Stan, by mixing the colors that represent them. And I also want the furniture to look more like a cartoon, so I avoid realistic textures and choose a smooth surface and bright colors to keep it true to the show. And I didn't add much decoration, but I include toys and items a child will use, since the characters, even though they sometimes act like teenagers, are really just kids. I also use fewer pillows on the beds. I usually put 4 to 5 pillows, but this time I only use 3, like in South Park, where they have one or two simple pillows, and I add a third pillow to give it more personality and to make it feel less empty. For the bathroom, I keep it very simple. I look for bathroom photos and most were basic with not much decoration, so I just include the essentials. I think the living room looks the most like the series. I use the same layout shown in the show and the usual TV setup. The only different thing I add was the cushions and the kitchen. Honestly, I thought it would turn out horrible because there weren't many references or they were too simple. So I keep it basic with minimal decorations, but it ended up looking better than I expect. Now that I look at it, it actually resembles a typical American kitchen. As a detail, I want to add a USA flag on the wall in the living room because I feel like South Park is mainly a critic of the United States, and the houses in South Park look very American. I'm almost done building here. I really enjoy creating this apartment because I love South Park. Some of my favorite characters are Wendy and Mr. Garrison. They're so psychotic, and when something doesn't go their way, they completely lose it. And lastly, Jesus. I love his show, he's so real.
Jesus Christ! Uh, Hi.
And to me, South Park is one of the best series I've ever watched, and it constantly makes me think about the society we live in. It also makes me reflect on myself, if I'm truly a good person and if I'm doing the right thing. I still haven't finished the series yet because there There are like 1,000 seasons, but my goal for next year is to finish it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!